Alright, let's dive into something that's got the rugby world buzzing. Imagine a player so massive, so physically imposing, that he feels like he's been plucked straight out of mythology. That's Aiden State, the Brumbies' latest signing, and trust me, this guy is a game changer. But here's the thing. It's not just his size that's turning heads. It's his story, his journey, and what it says about the future of rugby. First off, let's talk about the obvious. Aiden State is a beast. Standing at 203 centimeters and weighing in at 130 kilograms, he's in the same league as legends like Will Skelton and Eben Etzebeth. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is how rare it is to find someone with his physical profile who's still so early in their rugby journey. I mean, the guy only fully committed to rugby union in 2022. That's insane when you consider how quickly he's risen through the ranks. From Sydney University Colts to the NSW Waratahs Academy, and then off to France with Bayonne, this isn't just a story of talent, it's a story of potential waiting to explode. What many people don't realize is that State's path to the Brumbies is anything but linear. Born in Bathurst, he started with the St. George Dragons in the SG Ball competition. But it wasn't until he made the switch to rugby union that things really took off. His time in France, in my opinion, was a masterclass in development. The top 14 is one of the toughest leagues in the world, and for a young player to thrive there says a lot about his adaptability and hunger to improve. But here's the kicker. He chose to come back to Australia. Why? Because he saw the Brumbies as the best place to take his game to the next level. That, to me, speaks volumes about the reputation the Brumbies have built as a forward factory. Now let's talk about Stephen Larkham's comments. He called State an investment in the future. And I couldn't agree more. What this really suggests is that the Brumbies aren't just looking for short-term gains. They're building a dynasty. Larkham's emphasis on State's size and power is spot on. You can't teach that kind of physicality. But what's even more exciting is the focus on his technical development. Under Larkham, Ben Mowen and John Ulugia, State has the perfect environment to refine his set-piece skills and game understanding. If you take a step back and think about it, this is how you build a world-class lock. It's not just about the raw talent, it's about the coaching, the system, and the culture. One thing that immediately stands out is State's mindset. He didn't just sign with the Brumbies because it was convenient. He did it because he saw a clear pathway for growth. His conversations with the coaches, where they were honest about his weaknesses but also showed him how to improve, must have been a breath of fresh air. In my opinion, this is where the Brumbies are really nailing it. They're not just recruiting players. They're recruiting players who want to be part of something bigger. That 3-year deal isn't just a contract. It's a commitment to excellence. But here's the deeper question. What does State's signing mean for the Brumbies and Super Rugby as a whole? From my perspective, it's a statement. The Brumbies are saying they're not just competing. They're aiming to dominate. And with State joining their forward pack, they're adding a weapon that few teams can match. What this really suggests is that the arms race in Super Rugby is heating up. Teams aren't just looking for good players. They're looking for game changers. And in State, the Brumbies might just have found theirs. A detail I find fascinating is how State's journey mirrors the modern rugby player's path. It's not uncommon anymore for players to cross codes or develop overseas before returning home. But what makes State unique is how quickly he's adapted and risen through the ranks. If you think about it, this is the future of rugby, global, fluid, and incredibly competitive. State's story isn't just about him. It's about the evolving landscape of the sport. So what's the takeaway here? Personally, I think Aiden State's signing is more than just a transfer. It's a symbol of where rugby is headed. It's about potential, development, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. As we look ahead to the 2027 Super Rugby Pacific campaign, one thing is clear. The Brumbies aren't just building a team, they're building a legacy. And Aiden State? He's not just a player. He's a cornerstone of that future. What do you think? Is State the next big thing in rugby? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more rugby analysis.